Hey everybody, I hope you guys are all doing okay. Welcome back to another episode of our 100% Warlords Battlecry 3 Ironman playthrough. This episode's gonna be a bit of an unusual one. Let's take a look at my hero. As you can see, I've been a bit busy in between episodes. We had already hit max level in all of our titles except for enemies killed, and we are close to 200,000, which I believe is the threshold at which we will get our next enemies killed title. In order to confirm that, let's load this game that I've been playing. This is how I've been farming kills, as you know, in this custom map that I built, and I hope that we've already gotten enough kills in this map to get to 200,000. But I will let my enemies just send whatever little or perhaps even big groups before I resign this map and end it. That was a nice big attack from purple, decent attack from red, some trickles of enemies coming in from orange, and I think that is pretty much the most we can hope for. Now I'm hoping this is gonna put us over. Well, let's wait for this last blue attack to come in. I don't want to dilly-dally too much. Okay, we'll wait for these orange guys to come in, and then we will resign. You know what? I'm just calling it. Let's end it. Oh my god, we are 400 off. We are 400 off. Or around 4... Okay, how are we gonna... Oh no, we had just barely enough. I must have counted wrong. I thought we needed 6,800, but I guess we needed something like 6,200. And the 6,400 that we got was just barely enough to get us over the 200,000 mark. We are a Slayer King. Feels good. Not gonna have to do extra grinding. Okay, the reason I said that this is gonna be an unusual episode is I'm actually gonna stop recording right now. I'm only doing this episode because I wanted to show this on camera, and I wanted to record this right now. The reason I can't do a full episode is because I've actually gotta go to sleep early tonight. I've got a flight tomorrow, and then I'm gonna be away for 4 days. You might be wondering, hey, well, why don't you just record a full episode when you get back? I will explain all of that in the part 2 of this episode, which is where we actually do the thing that is in the episode title, right? We're gonna make some campaign progress, but before that, I just wanted to get this done. I'd been grinding, and I mentioned this, that I'm going to be doing some off-screen grinding, but at periodic milestones, I will show it on-screen rather than just grinding it off-screens. And so this milestone hitting 200,000 is a good one that we just hit. I think the next one is gonna be 400,000. It might be 500,000. I've never actually hit the max enemies killed title, so you know that's gonna be a whole thing. But anyway, no point talking about that right now. I'll talk about that more at the end of the episode. For now, I just wanted to show you this nice little bit of progress that we just made. We've come one huge step closer to maxing out this title, and when we come back very shortly, we're gonna be advancing the campaign as well. So I'll see you for that very shortly. Okay, we are onto the second part of the video now. It's gonna be a split second for you, but it will have been more than a week for me. It's because I believe it's been so long that I've forgotten what I did or didn't say, but I think I mentioned that I wanted to record the previous bit before I had a bit of traveling to do, just because I wanted to hit the the 200,000 mark. I went on my trip and I've come back, but I actually got sick while... Actually, I got sick the night before I left, and then for my entire trip I was sick. And then I got back and I was too exhausted to do anything for a couple of days. And I had other work to do. Anyway, long story short, it took me longer than I expected to get back and finish up this episode. But let me just tell you what I have been doing. Even though I've been too sick to record, I have nonetheless been grinding a few kills. And of course, as we've seen before, my method for grinding kills is it's very hands-off. You can literally leave it running and go for a walk. The only thing is, to speed it along, you do have to occasionally manually save and load the game. So I was doing that when I could. When I couldn't, I just leave it running, But, long story short is, I did fight a few more battles and get about another 34,000 enemies killed. Slowly making our way up there. Anyway, now let's go into the campaign. Once again, ignore this. This is just a glitch that occurs when you freeze your hero's level. And this time, I think it is time to go to the aid of Lord Bane and hope that we don't get too distracted by these random battles along the way. Okay. Easy does it. Come on.
You are victorious.
We are victorious. Of course, we no longer need to fight battles or win battles to get any more titles. But we will nonetheless be getting into battles, right? Because there's no other way to progress the game. Okay. Everybody's gonna ambush us. That's fine. Don't even worry about it. Yep, I'll even do that, and yeah, we'll I seem to be having some frame rate issues. I don't know if you're noticing. I feel like there are some frame rate issues. So what I'm gonna do is, once we get back on the campaign screen, I'll actually pause the recording for a bit. There's probably some process running in the background that I need to kill, and then I'll get back to you. Alright, so just give me a moment right now. Okay, sorry about that. I had my browser open in the background, and usually that doesn't really affect things too much, but I think one of the pages was just consuming more computer resources than really it should have been. But I think we shouldn't have any frame rate issues for the rest of this. And you might be wondering, hey, you started out in Bartonia, you need to get to the Realms of Death. Why didn't you just go the straight way? It's because if you go the straight way, There's a chance that you'll get into the barbarian ambush thing, which is just really annoying. And the other ambush that you can get into, the plague ambush, it's much less annoying than the barbarian ambush. And we were lucky enough to avoid the sorry, not the plague ambush, the swarm ambush. We were lucky enough to avoid that as well. Alright, now let's go to the realms of death. It's the siege of death. This isn't us besieging death, but rather this is gonna be us assisting death, who is under siege by the Gorgons. You know what I'm gonna do is, just for fun, I'm gonna raise the difficulty to hard, which is gonna raise this difficulty to suicidal. And under this condition, we are gonna fight whoever the enemy is. I don't think we fought a battle on suicidal difficulty yet. Alright, once again we're gonna take some extra points, and it's gotta be the Archon. It's just... the Minotaur King is good, but the mobility of the Archon just makes it so good. And I think we are gonna stay as the Minotaurs. Take 2 Thralls and a Minotaur. Because even though the... oh, we've got allies. Of course our allies are the undead, because we are... excuse me. Because we are helping Lord Bane. Now, you'll have to excuse me if I occasionally cough. It's because while I am mostly over the cold that I came down with, you know, the night before I flew out and came back. Well, like, flew out and then 4 days later I came back. While I'm mostly over it, it still hasn't completely gone away. You might be able to hear it in my voice as well. Anyway, this is what our character has to say. Looks like one of Gorgon's servants is sieging Bane, the Lord of Death. If we can end the siege... excuse me. If we can end the siege and defeat the attackers, we will almost certainly find one of the keys to the Iron Fortress. Alright. Immediately... what? Oh god. What have I done? Sorry about that. What happened was, I hadn't set my hotkeys properly, and so when I hit F12, instead of pausing the game, it opened up some some program that that gives you information about, you know, the computer and how it's running. It's a proprietary program, and it's kind of hard bound to the normal F12 key, and it's a whole thing. Anyway, what was I gonna say? Yeah, in this... well, hang on, I think I've done this a little bit inefficiently. I should move like this, so that I can get all of these mines in one go. And I should start building up my second... my second ziggurat. I should lock my Archon. And what? We got demons. We got demons. Okay, we've got these guys as well. But these are the weak ones. But there are stronger versions of these Guardian... or things that look like these Guardian Skulls that have a very powerful magical ranged attack. And even these ones are kind of... oh, what did he do? Oh, Oh no, a spell was resisted, so that's a good thing. Right now, he came from this direction,
Away!
so
Godspeed!
let's
In the name of truth for the light! Away!
try and deal with him pretty quickly.
Light! Away! For the light!
Now, there's a demon there. We're gonna have to be careful, because a critical hit from this guy could be deadly for our Archon. But we dealt with him pretty quickly. And I think this enemy,
Away!
his time is up. Kill this imp. Destroy his keep. A massive setback, because that's gonna make his hero have to, you know,
Away!
run back and essentially rebuild his base. These guys can only attack ground troops. They can do nothing to my Archon. I'm just gonna put my hero inside the tower. 'Cause why take risks, you know? Now what I could do with my Archon is I could start hunting down maybe other enemy units, trying to see if, like, is there another enemy in this corner of the map? Could be doing that. You know what? I'll just
The boundaries and beyond!
ooh, this guy can attack air units.
Away!
But you know what?
Light! Away!
Wasn't
For the light!
that? Okay, there's an undead here.
Your
Who's-
troops are under attack.
Whoa, 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 hold on. Who's doing it? Stop that. Okay, now these are
Upgrade complete.
that's our allied hero. So where's the enemy's hero? Again, with this snowy map, because of how bright the terrain is, it can be hard to spot the brightly colored enemy units like these bright green guys. But even so, I think
Away!
this guy will not have too many
Enemy hero has been destroyed.
other things up his sleeve. Aside from this guy's coming towards us? Who even knows? What?
Away! My sword is justice!
Weird.
For the light!
Alright,
Godspeed!
let's explore here.
An enemy has been vanquished!
You know what I should have been doing is the thrall production thing.
My faith is my shield!
And where's my hero? You know what? I'll get some resources while I'm at it. And I think at this point we have control over the map. If we have any other enemies, okay, we have a second demonic opponent in this corner of the map. And I guess it has to be said, the difficulty rating for this map is a bit misleading. Because demons aren't that difficult to fight. And
Away!
the fact that you have an ally makes things
For the light!
just so much easier.
For the light!
We could do some quests if we wanted. I tell you what, let's just destroy their Doomspire just to kind of halt their progress a little bit. And now I think I'm gonna kind of
My faith is my shield!
slow play the rest of the. Whoa! Whoa, 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 what's going on? What are you, Defiler?
Your troops are under enemy hero has been destroyed.
Jeez. Alright. And that's our guy. Well, should we let our guy take this stuff? Why not?
Your base is under siege.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, these jokers have shown up at our base, and fortunately our Archon is close enough to lend a hand.
For the light!
Just keep healing yourself. And looks like our ally is not taking these mines, even though I very graciously left them for him. No matter, we'll just take them ourselves. Oh god, are these... Oh, what do you... Oh, these guys are gonna interrupt us. Of course they are. Okay, now we can take the mines. And we convert things very quickly because of all of our stat
My
bonuses.
faith is my shield.
And now, as I said, we're gonna slow play this a little bit. Because if we do it too quickly, it'll make it a bit of an anticlimax. And, you know, these are the end game battles, right? You know, we're gonna have one of these in, you know, Lord of Death, in the Lord of Death's realm, and then another one for the Lord of Famine and Lord of Plague. So, you know, not the very end of the game, but close enough to the end game that I think it does deserve to be treated as a bit of a special thing.
Yes, master.
And yeah, it really should have been more on top of the resource management. Kind of have not done that very well.
Away!
And what? Okay, they converted this infernal
Upgrade
temple.
complete.
For the light!
Your troops are under attack.
Speed is always good. You know what I should have done is... I should have built a ziggurat here so that I could start putting people in those mines as well. And, I mean, I don't mean to toot my own horn too much, but I've basically already won this map, and the only
Your
question
buildings
is,
are under attack.
at which point
My faith is
do
my
I
shield. Away!
decide that enough is enough and that we should win?
Away! For the light!
How about when we hit a level 5 ziggurat? Are we at...
Your buildings are under attack. Research complete.
What? Who's... Oh! You! No! Oh my god, he's gonna take my mines.
My faith is my shield.
No.
Away!
At least he's not gonna take my stone, but he's gonna take my crystal and my gold and my metal. Oh.
Away!
Oh, what a scoundrel. Alright, I'm gonna send my hero back up. I'm gonna send my Archon down. Oh. Can't believe it.
Master?
Cannot believe it. Alright. Let's take our stuff back. Let me get
No, master, no.
one more Archon.
Yes, master.
Oh, sorry, one more Thrall.
Master?
We'll send them into this to get more stone. And yeah, and if we're already sending people from down there to get more stone, there's no reason to put more people. You know what? I'll build a ziggurat anyway. And interestingly, you can build over uncollected items, which I don't know if that will remove those items. Let's not mess with that.
Your base is under siege.
My sword is justice.
Okay. Alright, I think our allies are gonna end this. So maybe my whole discussion of, oh, when am I gonna, is gonna be moot. Because our allies are gonna force the issue for us. Yeah, and we got a bit of a two-pronged assault going on. I think this battle is over. But, you know what? Let's try and get as much done as we can. Maybe
Your troops are under attack.
we'll be able to do a level 5 ziggurat. We're about to get the stone. There we go.
An enemy has
Well, there we
been
go.
vanquished.
Actually, no, there are more enemies. These neutral opponents. Right. We won't win until they are eliminated. Are our allies going after them? Well, I think they are. Not neutral opponents, but like they are a proper faction. But a stationary faction where they only have units placed like this and not actually, you know, moving around as part of a faction that's building stuff. But anyway, that sound indicates that we are
Your troops are under attack.
about to win,
You are victorious.
and indeed, we have won.
One of the keys to the Iron Fortress lay on the body of the creature besieging Lord Bane, the Lord of Death. These strange skull-like creatures seemed to be the servants of Gorgon, perhaps his lieutenants. When the full set of 3 keys was complete, it would be time to take the war to Gorgon directly.
Okay, and apologies for the, you know, the flickering text. That's just been a glitch in this game for as far as I can remember. So we're done. And one thing we can do. And this is the reason I did this first. And in an indirect way, it's the reason why I haven't done these one-off missions to get the Thyatis set. Is once you help Lord Bane, you have this option, which is, well, I mean, right now it's vague. All it says is approach Lord Bane. Approach him for what? Lord Bane is grateful. He offers an alliance, but warns that the knights will be unhappy. Do you accept? Yes. We are enemies with the knights. We are allied with the undead. Now, why did I do it this way? Well, let me now take a... this is going to be a shorter episode anyway, so I might as well spend a bit of time doing this. This is going to be a... This might not actually end up working, but I wanted to give myself the option just in case it does work. Is that... So, becoming allies with Lord Bane makes you allied with the undead, and like it means you can choose the undead while playing on the faction, like while playing on the campaign map, choose them as a faction on the campaign map, but also it made us enemies with the knights. Now the knights weren't our allies before this, so no huge loss becoming enemies with them. However, there is this option, this repeatable map, which I haven't played yet, which is defend Gargia against the Wood Elves and the Dark Elves. And it's... I don't think this gives you diplomacy with the Knights the way that this one gave you diplomacy with the High Elves. But it's possible that I'm wrong, and that maybe you just need to do like 50 of these missions before the diplomacy changes. If that's possible, then you can repair your diplomacy with the knights. On the other hand, there is no other way to become allied with the undead. So that's my rationale for doing it this way. Now, why did I do that first? It's because these Thyatus missions would make you enemies with the knights anyway. So I wanted to just get all of the I wanted to already be enemies with them before I started doing this stuff, and then I'll become even more enemy-ish with them. Mainly I was worried that if I wasn't enemies with the knights, that it would like break something with the game's coding. Like, on the off chance that maybe the game expects you to not be enemies with the knights, and then, you know, because it's like, oh, you'll lose reputation with the knights, gain reputation with the undead. I was worried that if you've already lost reputation with the knights, it would it would not work properly. I don't think that's a problem, but I'm really paranoid, especially because with the campaign map, there's no way, unless you're you know, keeping backups of your save file and then overwriting them, which I don't like to do. There's no way to load an earlier state of the campaign map. So I just wanted to make absolutely sure that I'm doing this part of it in exactly the way that the game seems to intend, and then I'll come down and I'll do this part, these missions which are available whether or not you're enemies of the knights. I don't know if that explanation made sense. I hope it did. It made sense in my mind, but, you know, it's sometimes hard to express exactly what you're... I hope you at least got some idea of why I did it this way, right? Because the game has... And we saw a bit of this with the Empire and the Strathi. The game sometimes does weird things if you get the diplomacy change through other means before the game expects you to have it for, you know, the big campaign mission. Sometimes it can cause weirdness. So I wanted to make sure that I did the Bane thing first, and then I'll do the knight stuff. Anyway, that's gonna be all for this episode. What I'm gonna do now is, for the next few days, I'm gonna be once again going hard on farming kills, and hopefully by the time I'm ready to record another episode, which is gonna be a few days from now at least, I'm hoping to get one done this weekend. This one is being done in the middle of the week. I'm hoping that I'll be close to getting 300,000, and that, you know, in addition to the campaign progress, we'll also cross the milestone of 300,000 enemies killed. Alright, so that is the plan going forward. Whether or not I succeed, you will know immediately at the start of the next episode. For now, it is time for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you had a good time, and I hope you'll join me in the next episode as well. And until then, take care.